Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Hope we're all doing very well. Hope we're all doing very well. Hope the audio is okay over on TikTok. And I think it should be, hang on. I'm streaming live to TikTok for the first time and everything is a tiny bit slow as my PC desperately tries to figure out what's going on as we are streaming to TikTok, YouTube and Twitch all at once, which is why the stream was like an hour late. But I hope everyone's doing well, and I'm sure I will discover in an hour or two how this actually went. Anyway, hope you're all doing well, folks. Welcome back to Filmmaker Plays. Those of you who do not know, my name is Skye Blacke. I am a professional filmmaker, and I use those skills to analyze video games from a cinematic and narrative perspective so that we can better enjoy the media that we all love. This series started when we played a Filmmaker Plays Red Dead Redemption 2, truly one of the best games ever made. And now, with Rockstar having finally released Red Dead Redemption onto PC, escaping it from its previous generation's clutches, we can now finish the story that we started decades ago. And by decades ago, I mean, of course, like 2 years ago. Everyone on TikTok, thank you so much, guys, for all of the likes. Hi, TikTok. I'll be doing my best to respond to all three chats, but obviously there are three chats. I need to get a plugin that kind of flows all of the chats together into one thing. Just waiting for the game to boot up, and then we'll. Yeah, okay, Rockstar. I will enable cloud saves. Now let's hop into the gameplay. Hop into Red Dead. TikTok chat is in the way. There we go. Hopefully this looks okay on TikTok. What I'm actually doing is, rather than streaming to TikTok conventionally, I'm just having TikTok like highlight my OBS basically. Oh, does that mean you guys won't have game audio actually? Check. Well, let's give that a go. Quality presets. Ultra? Yeah, it seems that you guys lack audio on TikTok. Hmm. Let's just kill the TikTok live. That'll be something fun I can figure out at a later date. We'll just have TikTok and YouTube up for now. Oh, I need to turn off source record for this one. Hello and welcome back to a Filmmaker Plays Red Dead Redemption. I suppose welcome back is technically the correct term because, as many of you know, if you are not joining us for the very first time, we have previously played through all of Red Dead Redemption 2 in a Filmmaker Plays Red Dead Redemption 2. If you have not seen it and want to get caught up, consider heading on over to Skye Blacke 2 and watching that entire archive. But for those of you who do not know me and are joining us for the very first time, my name is Skye Blacke. I'm a professional filmmaker and video creator, and I use those skills to analyze video games from a cinematic and narrative perspective so that we can better enjoy the media that we all love. I have an idea, real quick. Streaming on fucking TikTok is a nightmare. Fuck it, I'll do it later. Let's hop into the settings real quick and see what we can come up with. Golden guns. And... oh. No, I want to... gamepad. Keyboard. Audio. Display. Here we go. Frame rate cap. Let's keep motion blur on actually. Those LODs should be fine. Let's go. What is hardcore? What is hardcore? I'm really curious about that. You know what? We're going to play it on normal. A Red Dead Redemption save file cannot be found. What do you want to do? Create a new save game. The game uses an autosave feature, which is on by default. You may turn it off in the pause menu. Oh. Sorry, chat. It just occurred to me that the reason that TikTok Live didn't have audio is because the audio was muted on OBS because I'm a fool. So I'm rebooting all of that right now. I love how this is a little bit of Spot the main character. Okay, I just need to check something. Awesome. Okay. So already, right, as far as intros go, this is amazing. All right, you have two major things. You instantly know, or three major things. You instantly know that whoever you're playing, whoever this main character is, because obviously at this point when this game came out, no one knew anything about John because Red Dead Redemption 2 hadn't come out, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is a pre-sequel, so this is a pre-sequel as well, because of the confusing way in which Rockstar decided to name things. But you can instantly tell John is different from these men, and he seems to be with them against his will. 2, you immediately hear about Bill Williamson's gang, which is the first thing you're going to be up against. If you've played Red Dead Redemption 2, that name should be, ringing a bell in your mind. And 3, the first shot and then the second main shot in the game show cars. And now, a big theme of the Red Dead Redemption franchise is the ever encroaching nature of of progress, of the future creeping in and kicking out the old ways. A future which Edgar Ross and I can't remember who the other guy is called represent, and John, who represents the past. And immediately you are set up with, without any text at all, this is what's happening, this is what's coming. You can already tell, if you're able to look closely and know the themes of this game, that this is not going to end well for John. Rockstar San Diego production. Blackwater Station. Red Dead Redemption. Again, another great example of progress is the train. The way it kind of cuts through the land. And the way that John, he has a bit of, main character syndrome here, but he looks incredibly out of place.
Well, I, for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've...
See? And also immediately, again, putting the natives into our mind, which if you have been playing, or obviously, again, since, Red Dead Redemption 2, the natives became a very big part of that story as time went on. Maybe kind of against their own will, but they were forced into it.
Gained access to heaven.
Also, that justification there. Yeah, we may have taken their land, but now they can go to our Christian heaven.
Unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
You can just tell how fucking angry this whole thing is making John. He's literally stuck between just...
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
And they love their idea of progress, but they only love it so much
Apparently,
into something that they can
Mr.
imagine
Johns
and they
wants
can
to run
fathom.
for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently. The Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have.
It is interesting that earlier as well, John managed to clock the only other person who looks as annoyed as him.
And who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Again, with the priest, you have a great side-by-side comparison to someone like Dutch. You know? John has spent his whole life following a man who is very much like, oh, you know, you just need to ask me and I'll solve all your problems. And now the priest is presenting himself in a similar way.
We meet again.
The blip on your map indicates the objective. Head to there. Can I turn on subtitles? I'm also going to put us down to high just because. Cheats! Display subtitles. There we go.
I don't feel too good.
I can see that, partner.
Marston! Mr. Marston, over here! You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Also, the fact that the story opens in Blackwater. At this point in the game, at this point in development, like Rockstar already had come up with the idea of the Blackwater Massacre a couple years ago. So that was a deliberate choice that John's new journey effectively begins in Blackwater too.
All righty, Mr. Marston, let's get it.
I was told some darn fool rustlers choked up Jorge's gap with a stolen earth.
Is that right?
Let's try and figure out some decent graphics. Shadow quality, we'll do high. Shadow, use the similar. Medium. Smooth.
Take it easy until we're out of town. Ain't no point in causing a ruckus.
Accompany Jake to Fort
Let's
Mercer.
go. Whoa, whoa.
Go on your horse.
You want to visit?
That's right.
Should probably wait for Jake. When riding close to a companion, you can hold A to match their speed.
Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse
I'm
than
married.
Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hold up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all?
Again, another great example of getting already a feeling of... Because we don't know anything right now. We don't know what John's mission is. We don't know really what's going on.
Oh, it was the marshal who hired me.
But this
Lee
is
Johnson. Do you know him?
clearly a
I think I
shitty
heard
man
his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking
that
for a guy. I
is
guess it's
working
none of
for
my
the government.
business.
That's right.
So immediately it's supposed to tell you, okay, whoever's hired John, those guys
You
in
ain't very
Blackwater,
talkative, are
they're
you?
kind of
I'm just
scummy.
chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, yeah, the fact he introduces himself
You
as
don't look much
sometimes
like no
John Marston.
Blackwater fella.
That's because I ain't.
If I'm being honest, I don't care much for those highfalutin big city types. Not much at all.
Blackwater ain't much of a city. More of a town with delusions. But no, me neither.
It's really interesting now playing this after Red Dead 2, seeing how John's views of like civilization have changed.
Because
when he was
out in Blackwater a few months back and saw one of them newfangled carriages without horses,
Is that so?
and you wind them up like a clock.
yeah, it's really interesting because like in we're gonna do a lot of in Red Dead 2, which will be very fun. Oh. But it's really interesting in obviously Red Dead 2, Blackwater to John seems massive. It seemed and Arthur, they seem like huge growths of civilization on the land. And now obviously that John's been living effectively outside of Blackwater for a couple of years, he's like, it's not really a city, it's kind of a town.
Damnedest thing ye ever saw without the aid of liquor, he told me.
Times are changing fast. That's for sure.
Damn coyotes. What a waste of good meat. Not far now, Mr. Marston. The fort's just over this hill. Deal.
Fort Mercer.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
I love it. There's so much to already talk about, and we've barely gotten started. So I'm gonna kill the TikTok live just because I don't think it's actually working great, and I don't want to waste my time trying to monitor something that isn't working great.
Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday.
Well,
You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
It's amazing how well Red Dead Redemption 2 explored these characters and like wrote backwards effectively from what we had here. Hey, it's the woman from the train. I know her. Complete Exodus in America. New friends, old problems.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
Like I got
I don't know
shot.
a polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
$15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
I was trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have.
He's a funny guy, John.
What will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
There is a very interesting conversation to be had here. Did John go to this confrontation with the slight urge to just get shot? Like, he's obviously... So, the thing that is keeping him here is that we know the government have Abigail and Jack. But I'm wondering if he was already like, I don't want to hunt down my, you know, even though they betrayed me, I don't want to hunt them down. So I wonder if there's a little part of him that was like, if I just, you know, if I just let them take me, will that be easier? McFarlane Ranch. I love that little detail that John, while in this state, will like grab his, like hold his side when he runs.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
I sure can use an extra pair of hands around here. Let's see if we can get you back in the saddle.
Walk with Bonnie.
There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarlane.
Hop on up. He won't bite.
Mount your new horse.
Easy now. Come on, time for you to see what a real ranch looks like.
This dialogue implies that she knows about, like, John and his history already.
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
Try to keep up, will you?
I only know the broad overtones of this story. I don't know all of the exciting
Here's the
details.
corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase.
Let's go.
That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished. Bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better.
Fair point.
Hey. Come.
That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. Come on, boy.
That's certainly a barn.
And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarlane.
How are you today?
Well, I'm alright, Bonnie. I did get shot.
Come on, I don't bite.
Early Rockstar Rockstar games of this era have such an interesting way of doing writing where it just kind of assumes you know a lot.
Mr. Marston.
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarlane.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Come on, then. Let's mount up and take a look around.
Yeah, they write stories with a certain level of assumption that you know what's going on.
Let's go. Keep your eyes open and try not to get yourself shot again.
Like Bonnie's immediate almost friendship with John doesn't really need to be explained.
Thank you, Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team.
Let's go.
I don't believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you? Let's see that rifle. I want a couple of these for the pop. Better at shooting rabbits than outlaws, I see. Good shot.
I wonder how Charlotte Balfour is doing.
Let's go.
She was the widow that you help in
You're a good shot, Mr. Marston. That rabbit
Red Dead 2. Oh, wait, there's the last one. I want to get it. Got it. Rabbit hunting. The old American art.
Let's get going. We've still got plenty of ground to cover. Giddy up!
Come on.
If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Look out! Coyotes! Shoot them before they get to the animals! Hurry! I bet they're going straight for the chicken coop.
Come on.
Yeah!
Pack of coyotes.
Come on.
That's it! Damn coyote! Nice shot!
I think they got one of your chickens, miss.
Well, we got rid of the coyotes. I just wish we'd saved all the chickens.
Go.
You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Mr.
And how-
McFarland.
How do you know that what brought us here? Like, we didn't really explain it.
This is you, Mr. Marston.
Come on.
Hitch your horse at the hitching post. I'm assuming Bonnie must have, like, overheard what was going on in Blackwater.
Kinda happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
And I guess, yeah, she kind of put, like, 2 and 2 together. Ah! That's a bit better. No, it's not. I think that's exactly the same as it previously was, but you know, whatever. Gentleman's attire menu outfit added. The controls are a bit floaty. Ah, yes, the old Rockstar trope of you can only save in certain locations. Rockstar designed their games in such interesting ways.
Nice to see you.
Go to Bonnie McFarlane. There's a strange sense of linearity to them, despite being open world games. And this is something I will argue just got kind of worse as time went on.
Oh, Mr. Marston. How are you doing today?
I'm well, Miss McFarland. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. So, how are your ribs?
Fine. A little sore, but apart from a couple extra scars, it'll be as nothing happened.
Good. Come in, come in. You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale, and by telling you, not only would I be putting your life in danger, but also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And I apologize for my reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I'll bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see.
I like Bonnie.
All right, I'll show you how we ride around these parts.
She's no Sadie Adler, but you can definitely tell she's kind of the template.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go!
You said on the
You're not gonna be a gentleman about
you said on the
this.
count of 3 and then
No,
started
get off
counting
it,
from
McFarland.
3.
Come on.
Race we put some up by the plumes of smoke in us. Ow!
Yeah.
Okay, so there's more of a trick to horse riding in this version than RDR2. It's been a lot of years since I played this game.
Come on.
So basically, rather than just kind of being able to some extent spam A, you have to watch when the meter goes down on the left there.
Yourself a dangerous outlaw?
I mean, no, not really. You called me that.
You got problems with your spurs? Try to keep up, will you?
You still think you're gonna win this, don't you?
You're not as bad as I thought you'd be!
Easy. Is that the best you can do? I bet you're starting to regret your brave words, Miss McFarland. How you doing back there? Let's go.
I think it's one of those things, like, once you get it, you kind
You
of
like me
get
to
it.
slow down?
But it's like, it does make the horses feel a bit slower in this game than they did in
Should I wait for
the
you to
sequel.
catch up? Come on.
Of course, this is only like the first horse, so
Are you saving the best for last? Let's go.
there we go. You lost.
That was fun.
Sure.
You know, You should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
Oh,
Mr. Marston.
I don't know why that did that. Hey, Arthur. That was Arthur's pose. Marshall Johnson is available to talk in Armadillo. We'll do this Bonnie mission and then we'll go do...
Ah, Mr. Marston.
'Cause I think
how
this
are
one
you?
takes you to Armadillo anyway.
Darling, how are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Hop on up, Mr. Marston. You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss, I have not.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response.
I feel like we hear that line in Red Dead 2, don't we?
I think it's kind of funny I found you dying on the side of the road and now you're driving me into town.
You have a strange sense of humor.
Well, you must admit, it's an unusual start to a friendship.
I didn't realize we were friends, Miss McFarland.
Oh, please. Now who's being funny? Listen, I know that business with Williamson is your business, but I don't know. You've been good to us, and I don't think you're a bad man.
I mean, I shot some
Stupid,
rabbits
perhaps, but
and
not rotten.
coyotes and then I
just
beat
worry
you in a
about
horse
gallivanting
race,
around
but...
these parts like you're some kind of deranged bounty hunter. Like Paul always says, don't go waking snakes.
I appreciate your concern for us lesser mortals, Miss McFarland. I really do. And if there was any other way out, I'd take it. I can assure you of that.
Something really weird about this game is that every character records their dialogue shouting all the time.
You never did tell me where you live.
I have a small holding up in Great Plains.
A farmer? Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens?
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me? So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. The kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood.
We go way back, and I didn't have a lot of choice.
I'd be getting back there if I was you.
That's what I'm trying to do, miss.
Lumbago mention. Can we get a lumbago in chat?
So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not. But it does okay for us.
Bonnie, I know. I've been here before.
Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
Here he is. Talk to the doctor and purchase some medicine.
Why, hello.
You need something for that gout?
Thanks a lot.
Yes, I'd like some medicine, sir. Medicine and other consumable items are stored in your satchel. Press back to open your satchel.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take the stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
If you want to leave Armadillo, there are usually stagecoaches loading and unloading behind the freight station. Alright, what we got? We got a theater, the Marshall, the general store, the Armadillo bar, a property that we can rent.
Howdy.
Let's go see what the Marshall needs. New items are available to purchase in the stores.
Excuse me.
Hey, you got a visitor.
Shut up, you! And what you want?
My name's John Marston. You wanted to speak to me.
I did?
Apparently so.
Why?
I guess because we're both in the business of the law.
God, you can really tell why Armadillo was ravaged by plague 3 years ago.
You that fella from the train company?
No, I'm from Fort Mercer.
Fort Mercer? You them, one of them Williamson boys.
Calm down.
Go on, shoot him, mister. Shoot him.
Come on, what, you getting cute with me, boy?
What's going on here?
I got me one of them Williamson boys.
I got me one of them idiots who give marshals a bad name.
Jonah, put your gun down. You must be the man from Blackwater.
God, they spit a lot in this game.
Yes, sir. Listen, that dog ain't too bright, but he seems loyal.
Jonah, get out of here for a minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking har. Dickhead.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston? Apart from frightening my deputies.
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
Can you help me?
He's outside my jurisdiction. He's in the next county. Of course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
So you're happy to have him out there?
Well, I ain't happy, but I also ain't suicidal. My job is to keep this town safe, not clean up all of these 3 counties. It's hard enough around here.
You know, I hear you speak, and suddenly I'm reminded of how some of the people I respected most in my life had a problem with authority. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm sure you and your fine friends have enjoyed spending your time running around pursuing noble causes. My cause is to keep this town from turning into a living hell for the folks who live here. Whole world has problems, mister, and I'm here doing what I can.
Why? What's happening?
Right now, I got the railway, the people who pay my salary, trying to get me to turn a blind eye to them burning down settlements up there. I got a bunch of cattle rustlers out near Box Canyon needs shutting down. Not forgetting the gang that keeps murdering homesteaders out in the back country. And I got a bunch of hoods over in the saloon, drunk, threatening to shoot up the whole town. That's all I got today. But it's early yet. Give me a couple more days. There'll be more.
All right, tell you what. Let's go deal with them hoods in the saloon. Then we'll discuss Williamson.
It gives you a real sense of, like, I guess, power scale, for lack of a better description. That, you know, to these guys, Bill is a terrifying outlaw, and to us, he's a fucking idiot.
Only when things matter.
Bill is like the lowest of the pecking order in the Vanderlyn gang. So it really gives you like an imagine of what people must perceive Arthur and John like.
So who are we looking for?
Bunch of two-bit hoodlums, led by this fella called Walt. Goddamn road agents, prey on the stages coming in and out of town. Drivers in Armadillo spend more time with their hands in the air than on the reins these days.
And you're happy to let them drink in your saloon?
Happy? No. The way I figure it, better they're carousing in there than out robbing people. Oh, we live in times of great change.
We live in times of great change.
Rat bastard now. Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into.
I love his like attempt at a fancy man outfit.
Let's go, Marston. I've been after that son of a bitch for months.
As long as you're it's alive.
Ooh, now.
Do not kill Walton.
If Walton's as bad as you say he is, why don't we just beef him now while we got the chance?
Because that ain't how the law works.
Is that right, Marshal?
And alive, he can still talk.
Doesn't sound like he's a man to be reasoned with.
He ain't. But a few days of my hospitality and he'll be telling me what I need to know. Walton's gang's been growing fast.
Outlawing's easy money for easy work.
Cholla Springs, Gap Tooth Ridge, these boys get around. Walton's a start, but there's plenty more where he came from.
Like Bill Williamson. That was interesting.
Hold up, Marston. He must be at the old Pleasance house. Probably best we take it on foot from here.
Yeah, we can see him. He must be at that place that we can see.
Looks like we got company, boys.
Ah, shoot.
Damn. Take cover. We'll work our way up this hill.
Take cover behind that wagon to your right.
Behind the crate, Marston.
Got some good old Deadeye.
How did you idiots survive this long?
The guns definitely feel a lot weightier in this game, which I quite like.
Try to take him alive. All your killing days are over. It'll be trial and the rope for you.
Not a bad shot, Mr. Marston. Why don't you check in with me next time you're in town?
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
Nor did I, my friend. I can promise you that. I'll see you soon, Mr. Marston.
Yeah.
Playing this game really makes you appreciate how far Red Dead came, like Red Dead 2 came. Honorable people react positively to if you have high honor, dishonorable people will react negatively. Yeah, honor means a lot less in this game, I believe. It doesn't have like a diverging storyline, it doesn't have anything like that. Your honor can be viewed in the stats section of the pause menu. Outfits. Interesting, you need to like find the outfits. That's kind of cool. The marshal has left you a long way from civilization. You quickly back to town using the travel to destination feature and choose the camp item in the kit bag. Or I could, you know, explore. What? Follow the stranger to save his friend. Okay. That's tumbleweed. In addition to saving, camps provide you with a horse and ammunition if you have none. Again, it's interesting how in like the later entry in the game, your horse was treated as much more of like a central character. Oh. I think I shot him. That was an accident. Bye everyone. What's going on in the town of Tumbleweed? Well, I'd love to know, but apparently I've gone the wrong way.
Let's go.
I'm sure we'll be back. Whoa! Hey, yeah, the marshal never did give me any info on Bill. Hi for Scotland's raiding with a party of 40. Heyo! Hello, I for Scotland. How you doing, buddy? How are you doing with you and your 39 friends? It's my people! Hello, Toasted Stars. Hello, Legendary Super Lesbian. Hello, everyone else. How are you guys doing today? We are playing Red Dead Redemption, which has just been ported from the consoles to the PC. We are doing our series called The Filmmaker Plays. For those, let me just switch to the chat screen for this. For those of you who do not know me, hello. My name is Skye Blacke. I'm a professional filmmaker and video creator who uses those skills to analyze video games from a cinematic and narrative perspective so that we can better appreciate the art we all love. I haven't said that intro in 8 months because I stopped doing Filmmaker Plays for a while. Hello Jazz. Hello Toasted Stars. Hello Infinity Simplex. How's Red Dead Redemption? It's good. It's weird after having spent so much time playing Red Dead Redemption 2 to now go back and play the older version. I was consumed by Hourly Edge. Yes, Legendary Super Lesbian I was. For those of you who don't know, I played a lot of Shadow the Hedgehog recently. But it's interesting, and it's interesting to kind of go back, not just from like a technical gameplay perspective, but also from like the way in which Rockstar Games told stories back in like the early and late 2000s was very different to how they do it today. There's a lot less There's a lot less assumption needed in how they tell stories now, which kind of makes their storytelling a lot better. In this, you kind of just... There's a certain way, it's hard to describe, that Rockstar tells stories that in these times, despite writing some of the greatest characters in gaming history, they didn't spend a lot of time working on character development. So like, you know, it'll be like, this is John, he is hunting his gang. That is the story. That's all you need to know. Or, you know, you'll have, this is CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. He has come back from being away and is rejoining his gang. And that is like your character. Whereas like Arthur and Michael and Franklin and Trevor and Nico Bellic was really the kind of, I think the change. And Johnny and Luis are all much more rounded characters by the time you get introduced to them. In this one, part of it does almost feel like you're starting from zero with John, which is kind of funny because now there's a whole prequel game that like explores John's history, and he's a much more rounded character in that than he is at the start of this. Anyway, we are exploring the lovely town of Armadillo and apparently running a woman over. What were you playing? We were playing Silent Hill, I think I saw.
Come on.
How was Silent Hill? How far in the game is he? Because am I gonna have to duel this guy? Hello. There's a lot. Also, there's a lot of spitting in this game.
You a tough guy, mister? I hope so. We gonna have a showdown.
I'll shut that mouth of yours for good.
Just arrived at the Historical Society. Okay. I have a meme for when you finish. Tobias Weldon. You have accepted a duel. I'm not going to skip the tutorial. I don't know how to... I didn't even know how to do this when I used to play this game. To draw your gun, use left trigger, alt... I hasn't played the original, so it's very fun watching him make guesses at what everything represents. Yeah. Yes. Bad deeds noticed by the populace. If you turn road agent, you will find many establishments closing their doors to you. I mean, to be fair, this guy said he wanted to fight me. Like, that's not really my fault. I just said yes. Alright, let's see what else we can help with the marshal with. He's also just noticed the nurses bleed white.
Hello? Hello? It's Armadillo 731. What is it with these things? Hello? It's a new line. Hello? Hello?
Sounds fun. What's happening?
It's also, like, again, like the encroaching nature of new technology is such an important theme in this game.
The world is full of days.
I remember when we first got here. We used to consider people from Dade County to be exotic. Now guys can get here from the Midwest, and they can do it in 6 days.
Things have changed.
They've gotten away from me. Hello? I don't understand it no more, boy. Honest to goodness.
I'm not sure I do.
I love the little detail that he is talking into the receiver.
Marshal, I've just been up in the canyon, spying like you said. I think I seen me a couple of them rustlers. I think it was the Ballard twins and a couple of Mexicans.
They up there right now?
Well, it was a group of poor men rounding up Mr. Gulch's livestock, and none of them looked like any of Gulch's hands, so yes, sir, right now.
That sarcasm's most unbecoming, Eli. It's gonna hold you back in life, even worse than your lazy eye. All right, let's go. You ride with us again, Marston?
Will you help me?
I will try.
It'd be my pleasure.
Nice to see that John never escaped the,
He's just a boy.
Oh no, he's dead. I very much killed that guy earlier. John never escaped the subtle art of being bullshitted around by people.
How long you
I don't work for the government.
Well, I got a telegram from some federal clowns in Blackwater that says otherwise.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
No government, boy.
I guess it's complicated. I came because it was made impossible for me not to.
You sure are a tight-lipped son of a bitch, mister.
I guess I am. Ain't gonna dig this hole no deeper.
Ain't you all proud and superior?
Every-
You need us more than we need you. Bill Williamson folded you up like an empty purse the last time, if I remember correctly.
Simmer down, Jonah.
Listen to your boss, Jonah. There's a good boy. Otherwise, I'll put a hole in your hillbilly head and watch your tiny brain drain out.
Fuck you, Jonah. Every single line of dialogue is done shouting for some reason.
Believe me, Marshal, neither am I.
I try to keep the federal boys happy. I mean, we need all the help we can get. But what does a flannel-mouthed city boy who's never forked a bale of hay in his life know about a state like New Austin?
Nothing, I reckon.
All this manifest destiny hogwash, taming a wild land. We're nearly there. Keep your eyes out for the bollards.
Also, I'm gonna have to raid and dash if I'm dead. No problem. I'm gonna give everyone in chat a bit of a warning now. This game deals with some pretty heavy themes, especially towards the Native American population of America. It treats them with sympathy, but it does not treat them with kindness in an attempt to show historical accuracy.
Let's see how many there are. If we can take them alive, good. If not, smoke the sun.
I believe it's the same for most people of color in this game as well. It's always funny to me. Rockstar is an ostensibly very left-wing company in beliefs, and yet its games just attract the worst kind of people. But to be fair, things that are often left-wing end up attracting just the worst kind of people. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go with you because that lets the team split in a logical way. God, the guns are meaty in this. How's everyone in the chat doing this fine Wednesday night? Apart from watching, I gradually understand the extreme psychosexual nature of Silent Hill 2. What have you all been up to? There's some new faces amongst y'all that I haven't had a huge chance to speak to, so hey. Yoink. It's weird, again, like in Red Dead 2, you can change the shoulder that you're looking over. And it feels like I want to here, but I can't. Approach the dead body and press Y to loot it for money, items, and other things. Defend Marshall Johnson. Round and round we go. It's the morning where I am, so I'm just chilling, getting ready for the day. Oh yeah? What you got lined up for the day, Jazz? I mean, I defended Marshall Johnson. Are you good, buddy? They're all dead.
Once and for all.
Yeah?
Help me out here, will you?
They're dead. Have I softlocked the game in like the first hour? Retry from checkpoint.
And you again, Marston. Let's hope this goes as well as last time.
Okay, I think because I killed these guys before the marshal actually got up to here, he just stopped.
Looks like we got him.
Revising for exams and applying for a few jobs. Ah, all the best. I hope it goes well. I had an interview today, which was exciting. For what could be a pretty cool community manager jobs. So hopefully that will go somewhere, which would be really exciting. I used to, for those of you who don't know, I used to, when I'm not working in the film industry, you know, which is an increasingly difficult place to work in, I'm a community manager in the video game industry, you know, because I decided that why have one incredibly unstable career path when I could have a second incredibly unstable career path. So I used to work for a small company though called Those Awesome Guys, who made such amazing games as Move or Die, or if you're a fan of I for Scotland, you probably saw Valley Peaks and Yellow Taxi Goes Room. That was us. Ooh, open container. Thank you, Jazz. I wish you all the best with your exams. What are you studying, if you're comfortable saying? Where is he?
Put down your guns and surrender! Damn you!
Oh, there he is.
There's one of them.
Oh, I wish I had a tomahawk with me. English Lit is the last one I've got left. I am a massive fan of English Lit, so hopefully it's a thing you enjoy. I have routinely made the argument that English Lit is one of, if not the most important subjects in schooling. In the English-speaking world, anyway. Obviously, it's, you know, less important when you don't speak English, but understanding of, like, reading and literature, no matter the language, is incredibly important.
Come on, let's regroup.
Thank you for the follow, Jazz. Yeah, English Lit is very much like, it is the subject that helps you understand everything else. You know, I was going to do a video essay on this at one point. For those of you who don't know, I also do video essays. You can find me on YouTube under Skye Blacke. I very occasionally upload. The only person with a less frequent upload rate than me is I for Scotland's video essay channel, and that's just because I used to be his editor. But I was gonna do a video on this, but does anyone remember that post that went around Tumblr and like Facebook for a long time, which was teacher being like, oh, the curtains are blue because it represents the character's internal sadness and his struggle with his identity, author intent. The curtains were fucking blue. That post has done so much damage to our societal understanding of like the importance of English literature. Because the importance of English literature isn't necessarily to ascertain exactly what the author intended, but it's trying to teach people to look at things in a more in-depth way to understand everything. Because once you're able to, you know, understand fiction on a deeper level, you're able to apply that logic to non-fiction, and you can understand, you know, when politicians are lying to you, when businessmen are just trying to sell you something. It's about learning what things like subtext and the ways in which we communicate actually mean. Just about developing that empathy, yeah. It's being able to understand, like, if we can understand English literature, we can understand people. It's kind of the same way where, like, and I'm not a woman in STEM by any stretch of the imagination, but like, there is a reason that math questions, for example, are wrote in the way they are, and it's not just to catch people out. I mean, it is, but it's to try and give you a sense of analytical understanding. Of course, it doesn't always work, and often comes across more detrimental than it actually is, but...
Now, come on, let's untie those hostages.
There are hostages?
Thanks,
What the
Marshal.
hell is happening?
We're indebted to you with our lives.
Just get them cattle back safe.
All right.
Oh, you were the actual cattle ranchers. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Marston.
Yes, well done.
Now, about Williamson.
I'll do what I can. You know, as you can see, this country is infested with all manner of scum.
Say that again.
Well, one other thing, Marston. Mr. Johnson, sir. It's Mr. West Dickens. He's missing.
Who?
Mr. West Dickens, the tonics merchant. He was due in town last week.
Oh, the narcotic and bat piss salesman who cons housewives out of their money with promises of eternal youth.
Yes, him, but I think you're being a little unfair. He's helped a great many of the county, and many of the townsfolk are really missing him.
You hear that, Marston? We just butchered a gang of thieves, and the town is up in arms about a missing snake oil merchant. I am so glad to be serving such a wise and respectable people. Come on, Eli.
He said I don't go rustle those cattle. That's a couple missions away. It's like if you don't have, looping it back, if you don't have that basic understanding of English literature, it's how you end up with people being like, I hate political games. My favorite games are games by Rockstar, Metal Gear Solid, and Fallout New Vegas. You know, non-political games, because subtext just goes way over their head. And they ascertain politics with thing Mino-like. Also, I have a challenge this month, chat. I have an unfortunate challenge. One. I have to, like, finish a cosplay in a couple weeks. Which should be fine. It only requires a couple more pieces. Speaking of Metal Gear Solid, it only requires a couple more layers of gimp suit stuff. Because I'm cosplaying a Metal Gear character. But, two is I'm a massive Dragon Age fan, and unfortunately Dragon Age has been the game that the anti-DEI, anti-woke morons have decided to go after. Which means I'm having to tread very carefully to avoid getting spoiled. Because I cannot pick it up yet. But what's also cool is I have some friends who have been working on it. There's a level of quiet around this game. Save the treasure hunter. I think I failed. I succeeded!
Very grateful. There's much treasure here. You want map? I retire. Here, take map. You earn it.
Thanks, mister. I could use a little luck. Come on.
It's impossible to avoid politics even if the creators aren't purposely putting it in. The act of avoiding politics is political in therefore in itself. Yeah. I completely agree. If you're a person who turns around and goes, yeah, I don't really care about politics, I don't think about politics, you're not... Well, you're just saying that you are privileged enough to exist in a world where you don't have to think about politics. And obviously, like, politics, it can be things that are needlessly complex, and it's done so to deliberately stop the average person being able to be involved in the conversation. There's jargon, the way people talk, and all this sort of stuff. But I think it's important to always make an effort to try. Like, I had the fun joy of listening to the UK budget today. And while ostensibly a lot of it sounds good, there's also stuff in there that I know I don't 100% understand. And I also don't exactly have faith that this government will be able to deliver it. But, you know, rather than doing something fun, I spent my day listening to the budget.
Well, howdy.
Excuse me, friend. Mind if I rest up at your camp a spell?
Well, it'd be my pleasure. Man needs a break from this desiccated land.
Thank you, mister. Say, what's that stick you got there?
Oh. Y'all ain't never seen a dowsing rod before, mister? Never seen a man summon the water up from the bare earth? Mr.
Marston.
Ah.
No, can't say I have. It's water you're looking for. What's wrong with that lake over there?
Oh, there ain't nothing wrong with Lake Don Julio. Nothing wrong with it, but we lack the fancy irrigation equipment you folks have back east, so... Man needs a wellspring on his property to ranch here.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Why, you know, just last week, I was over at old Pleasant's house. Now, I think I may have found something, but... Old Coot that owns the place threatened to call the law down on me, so...
We were just at Pleasant's house. It was being run by a gang.
Strange men with sticks.
They sure do. Damn fools. Bet you he don't even know how much water's running underneath his property.
You want me to tell him?
You know what? You ain't that stupid, mister. And I can tell. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go get the old man to sell us his property for a small pittance? Then I can find the source of the water, build us a proper wellspring.
Maybe I will.
Well, all right then.
Proper time. Visit Pleasant's house northwest. Strangers found throughout the world have a simple task for you to carry out. These tasks can be started, continued, and completed at any time. Check the journal. Oh, there is a journal in this game. I mean, it's not... Sadly, you know, it's not as well thought out as Arthur's journal, but technically, I guess lore-wise, it's the same journal. When they're active, the next part of each stranger's task is marked on the map. If you've already visited that location, it'll be marked with a purple question mark. Otherwise, the general area will be marked.
Let's go.
Crawler Springs. Oh, Laura. Kit. Pardon letter. Removes any accumulated bounty when turned in at a local train station. Shows you the location of hidden treasure. This is meaningless to me.
Let's go. Yeah. Name like that, you might be in the wrong line of work. Just doing our job. Let's go. Just doing
Hey,
our
guys.
bit for society, fellas. My mistake, sir.
I saw someone describe, like, obviously this game came out many years before, but someone described this game as a beta for Red Dead 2, and honestly, they're kind of right.
He's missing. He's only a youngster. My boy is missing.
Where? Who took him?
Them people in the hills. Them hills near Hanging Rock. They took it.
Can't the police force help you?
Oh.
Well, you can tell that John's white. So, this is probably... American appetites. You can tell that John is white because, you know, his first reaction is to ask why the police aren't doing anything. Come on, John, you're an outlaw. Hang and rock. I have no idea what's happening to my accent in this stream. Apparently I'm slipping into some Americanisms. It's appropriate for the kind of game I'm playing, I suppose, but... I went past it. Oh, Legendary Super Lesbian, you've reminded me I need to do more shadow runs. Need to try and get sub 2 hours. Where is what I'm looking for? Oh, blood. Yummy. Search for clues. Well, there's a shoe, a bone, and some blood, so you know. He's probably fine. It's a jackalope. I've never seen a jackalope before, both like in game and in real life. There you go. God, Red Dead Redemption 2, man. Legitimately might be one of, if not the greatest game ever made. At least best story. I still cry watching the ending. Every time. So yeah, a big theme in the Red Dead franchise is obviously the idea of progress, both in the kind of wider scale of the world, you know, the death of the Old West, the advancement of technology, and the good and bad that that brings, but also personal progress and how some characters do not have the ability to kind of do personal progress. And Red Dead Redemption 2 gives us a lot of context for how John ended up on this mission. What we know about John at this point in the game is that John used to run in a gang with Bill Williamson and a guy named Dutch. And he left that life and has now been pulled back into it. But with the added context of Red Dead Redemption 2, the reason why John gets pulled back into it is very interesting, because Arthur's final line is, last thing Arthur says to John is, oh, not the last thing, but the last big message Arthur gives to John is, you have to go, like, you have to go and not look back. You have to leave this life and not look back. And John tries, but in Red Dead 2, the moment he gets the opportunity to go after Micah, the guy who betrays his gang and ultimately led it into ruin, John takes it. He looks back. And he can't, as a result, he can't escape his past, which eventually leads Edgar Ross and the Pinkertons to discovering John's home and leads to the events of this game. I want you to remember that, because in like 25 to 30 hours that will come up again.
Everything all right, madam?
It's Miss. Oh. Oh, let me look at you. My gentleman caller. You remind me of my Peter. Have you seen him?
I don't think so.
Where is that man? We'll be late for the ceremony. He must still be at the saloon in Armadillo, talking to the musicians. He's such a fine man. Must be making things right for me, as usual.
Well, I gotta get going, ma'am. I'm sure your Peter will be just fine.
Wait, I beg you. Would you possibly go fetch him for me? This was meant to be my perfect day. Please, sir. Something must have happened. I can't bear it.
I might cosplay John.
So you want me to go find your Peter so you can have a perfect day?
Yes, please, sir.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. So my immediate assumption is that she is like a woman who is wrapped with grief, and like Peter died decades ago. There's a couple of Red Dead cosplayers in Scotland that I know. Left her at the altar or something. Yeah. You're welcome.
Saved my life. Here, please take it. Guess you owe me one. Yeah.
Where's Armadillo? How have I just gone past it? God, all this map looks the same. It's giant buildings in a plane of nothingness. Radiator Springs ass looking place. Was that the noise of the creature that Obi-Wan rides in Revenge of the Sith? Howdy, folks. I've only been here for 10 minutes and everyone is threatening me.
Just so you know, I don't take requests, mister.
I'm looking for a man. Name's Peter. Fella's meant to get married today. Seen him around?
Who?
Peter, is what she said.
You ain't after no Pete Turner, are you?
For all I know. Where can I find him?
Well, my memory escapes me when not properly stimulated.
Let's see if we can refresh it.
$5 will do.
Yeah, sure.
You could run a little errand for me.
I'll just give you the money, mate.
It's my wife. She packed her things this morning and left me.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
The dumb wench is still at the freight station waiting for the stagecoach. If you could convince her to take me back. Her name's Rose.
I guess I'll go have a talk with her.
I'd rather just pay you the $5.
With that bitch.
Oh, I can just pay him the $5? Okay.
You get my wife. Truth is, Pete Turner ain't been in Armadillo for near on 20 years now. Kind of a queer fella and all. Wasn't here every night. Sure as the moon in the sky.
What happened to him?
Well, what happens to all of us? I reckon you'll find him at Odd Fellow's Rest. Yep. That's where he'd be, I
There is the distinct noise of someone pissing on the floor in the background.
You got what you wanted. Now get out of here.
I've been to enough underground raves to know that noise anyway. Where are we going? Let no man put asunder. Oh wait, is that the we're gonna steal water from some guy mission? No. Okay. I mean, we'll do the steal water from some guy mission once we finish this one because we're in the area.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he very dead. Here lies Rosalie Tanner, a woman who spent most of her life on her back. Wow! Loga Shelton, struck by lightning. Lambert Henning, stepped onto the tracks as the train was coming, it was. Ellen Nugent, died of an epileptic fit. That's just depressing. Like, most of these are funny, and then you get to that one. Struck by lightning. A lot of people get struck by lightning out here. He always picked the wrong fight. Ira Summers. His memory and syphilis will live on. No known name. Died on the 4th of November 1968. Rest in peace. Sergeant Joseph Drummond, a brave soldier called to a higher service. Hoover Cohen. Here lies my husband. 4th time lucky. Here lies Byron Vickers. 2nd fastest drawer in New Austin. Here lies buried Dorothy Harriet. If you are reading this, I must be dead. I might get that on my grave. Always in our thoughts. Age 31, 2 months, 28 days. It's a weirdly precise amount of time. Snake. Charlotte Eves. She lived each day as if it were her last, especially this one. Peter Turner. Betrothed to Miss Alma Horlick. Killed by a blow to the head on 15th of January. He will never dance with another. I don't go and like try and reassure her. In memory of Louisa Wallington, wife of Ray Wallington. Rest in peace, my love. Now we will both get some. Aha! Women do be speaking! You should see the other fella. My ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better.
Are you really there?
Aren't you the woman from the train?
Like an angel from above.
You are.
Hello? Hello there.
Howdy, miss. What are you doing out here?
I'm thinking.
You also look exhausted.
Oh, think so. On the train from Blackwater, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, you were talking with the preacher.
Yes, sir, I was.
I don't know if it's so safe out here, miss.
Oh, Jenny. You can call me Jenny. All right. I'm safe because I have faith. So, faith can move mountains. That's the whole point.
I think.
You're trying to move a mountain?
Oh, no, I can't do anything. But with faith, I can achieve great things. I know that. I know it.
You want me to take you back into town, ma'am? You seem kind of unwell.
Oh, I get such clarity out here. I see things purely. The world is so beautiful.
And full of things that'll kill you. Including illness.
Nothing's gonna kill me, sir.
Well.
All right, bye.
Take care then.
God damn it, Jenny. Back in 2 minutes. Oh, it's shut, isn't it?
Blackwater just keeps on getting bigger. Damn.
Hey, aren't you all like members of that gang I killed earlier?
Saloon's a great place to get to know everyone.
Save game. I just live here now. Huh. Jenny, I'm gonna get you some medicine. Excuse me. So, thank you.
How can I help you?
Dear sir. Hello.
That helps.
That's good, thank you.
Is there a gunfight happening outside? Why did I lose honor for this?
They needed to be taught a lesson.
Oh, I think I shot an innocent during all that. Well, to be fair, it was a lot of stuff going on all at once. There's really no proof that I'm the one who did it. You know? That is the opening of a Dubak screen from Star Wars Episode 3. I'm such a fucking nerd.
Slow down. Whoa, whoa. Come on.
Alright, Jenny, you better be alive. I spent $25 and shot 8 men in the head for this medicine.
Miss Jenny. Miss Jenny. Don't look like the Almighty's much inclined to help you out here. I was kind of worried about you, so I brought you some medicine.
Oh, heavens. Oh, praise you, Lord. I knew you'd save me.
The Lord didn't do anything, I did it.
You see, it was only through his will that you were ordered to save me. Tell me, were there angels in your vision?
Jenny, can I take you back into town?
Praise you, Savior.
I love how sympathy, like how much sympathy he has for her. Where he's
Will you
like,
come with me?
Oh, I'm fine here, mister. I'm in heaven.
like he has every right to be like annoyed, but instead he's like, just let me take you home, please.
Let's go.
Rockstar likes to write characters as pastiches of certain things, you know? They are very much exaggerated versions of things. GTA is very much a story about hypercapitalism and the effect of living under hypercapitalism. And Red Dead is about, you know, the changing of the times and very much about the idea of like what do individuals believe in and how that defines them. Anyway, let's go steal some water from some old man. Oh, you're not the old man I thought you were. You're a different old man.
What the hell do you want?
Howdy, friend. I didn't know
Oh, no.
anyone lived out here. Whoa!
Now you can't rob the place now, can you? Now get!
Friendly old bastard, ain't you?
I don't need me no friends, friend.
We all need friends, old-timer. We die alone, but we live among men. You know, I was interested in moving out this way with my family. Would you be willing to sell me a parcel of land? We wouldn't even have to speak or nothing.
Land's too dry for farming. Bandits run all the cattle off. Why you want this land?
I guess I just like the scenery.
Well, I don't know. Maybe for $200 I could give you the deed to this land, find myself a place up in Blackwater. Although I never could stand the people down there. No, sir.
The horse in the background.
Make up your mind. I ain't got all day. Why don't you come
Bye,
back and
Clyde.
get the money?
I'm not gonna steal his house from him.
Hey!
Right, let's get some stories out of the way. Let's head back to McFarlane Ranch and do some stuff with Barney. If you're enjoying the chat, if you're enjoying the stream, chat, make sure to give us a follow. You can also take some time to follow me on the various social medias and even join the official Skye Blacke Discord. We aim to stream 3 days a week. We're getting back into streaming after an extended hiatus, so things are a bit up in the air at the moment, but yeah.
Mr. Marston, I've been hearing about your plans.
Have you, Miss McFarland?
Yes, from Lee Johnson, to settle here and build a life for yourself.
I'm afraid those aren't my plans. See, I already have a life. Well, I had one, and I'm trying to reclaim it. Or maybe what you could say is that I had two, and I'm trying to end one of them so the other can survive.
You do so love to talk in riddles, Mr. Marston. Do you do that, I wonder, as a substitute for having anything interesting to say?
Probably, Miss McFarland.
Oh, call me Bonnie, you fool. Call me Bonnie.
Okay, Miss McFarland.
Miss McFarland, I'm married. I have a son. I had a daughter, but she died. Years before that, I rode in a gang. We robbed banks, trains, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang. Now, if I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family. Now, I don't suppose any of this is very interesting to you, but
Incredibly interesting story.
why I wasn't so eager to talk about it.
No, I do understand. I had no idea. You poor man.
Even in this new country, memories don't really fade. My father was an illiterate Scot born on the boat into New York. He never saw his homeland, but to hear him talk about it, you'd imagine he only ever ate haggis and wore a kilt.
Woo, 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 woo.
And he hated the English for what they had done to his great-grandparents that he'd never met. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven.
That's true. Especially when it comes to money. And you know, even now, after all his labors, my father's debts are still terrible. I worry every day about us losing the ranch. It would kill him.
Rockstar, a Scottish company.
His eyes were, well, let's just say he was blinded in a bar fight south of Chicago. My mother died during childbirth. She was a prostitute and he was her, well, I don't know what he was. So I was sent off to an orphanage and ran away and fell in with a gang.
My word. What a difficult life you've lived.
The leader of the gang taught me how to read. Taught me how to see all that was good in the world. He was a great man in a way.
But you killed people.
Sure. And I've suffered for it.
I love how he still has
That's why
reverence
I
for
left,
that.
or tried to leave. Said too much, Bonnie. I'm an uneducated killer, sent here to do all I can do well. Kill a man in cold blood so that another man may do his part to cut crime in an area, and a rich man can be elected governor on the back of these promises.
Civilization is a truly beautiful thing, Mr. Marston. Listen, can you help me?
Well, I can try. What do you need, money?
No, nothing so complicated.
Because we could rob the train that comes through here. Oh.
Sure. Point me in the right direction.
Right. Are you ready to learn how to herd some cows?
So, one day God is designing Scotland, right?
Thank you for telling
And he calls an angel over to view over his progress. And he's like, look at this. I have given them beautiful lands. I have given them some of the greatest food, some of the greatest water, beauty and and a lust for life that no other man has. And Gabriel takes a drink of the water, and he's like, "Truly, it is lovely, my lord. But have you not given these people too good a life compared to everyone else?" And God turns to Gabriel and he goes, "Wait till you meet their fucking neighbors." Go on, get. Come on! John, you're supposed to run a ranch! Get behind the cows. There we go. There we go. There we go. Tease them out. There we go. Okay. This is the hardest mission I've ever done. It is kind of funny that in Red Dead 1, John, you know, is very much humoring Bonnie by being like, yeah, I can help you with the ranch and stuff. I'm not very good at it though. I'm letting you know now. And then you play Red Dead 2 and the entire epilogue is John learning how to be a farmhand and a rancher.
Good. Now we need to move this entire herd out to the far pasture for grazing.
Herd the cows to the old oak tree. I do like how it gives names, or rather than being like, lead the cows out to the pasture at Hanniganstead, they're like, lead the cows to the old oak tree. It's very like more fitting with the kind of way in which the characters would talk to each other, that the game talks to you in the same way. Moo. I've literally been doing this for years, Bonnie.
Thank you, Miss McFarlane.
I'll see you later. I have work to do back at the ranch.
Can I just leave now then? Alright, bye.
Come on.
$55. I'm doing time.
Let's go.
Come back after 3 p.m. Oh, okay. You cannot set up camp in town, settlement, or gang hideout. For God's sake.
Hello.
Hello. Stagecoaches can give you a ride to numerous locations within a territory. Approach a stagecoach or whistle to get it to stop. What's going on in the papers?
Hello there.
Use wanted posters to begin bounty hunting targets. I just want to buy a paper.
Most kind.
Enjoy $1. The Blackwater Ledger. Williamson Gang Reign of Terror. In events that hark back to our state's not-so-distant and none-too-glorious past, a gang of thieves and killers is running amok amongst the western counties. Although New Austin has never been a place for the faint of heart, nor a place that encourages delicacy, law enforcement agencies are particularly worried about this new gang. Not since Dutch Vandeling's crew were operating up in West Elizabeth has a criminal group caused so much consternation nor gained so much publicity. Although cattle rustling and robberies are unfortunately still common throughout our region, the spate of killings, fires, and burnings caused by Bill Williamson and his gang have shocked even the hardiest and most robust of local residents. Williamson, a career criminal and reprobate with a record running back to reform school, is himself believed to have once run in the Vandelin gang. Dutch Vandelin himself has not been seen nor heard of in several years, and despite claims of sightings, is thought to have perished in a fire following a bungled robbery in 1906. With railroad companies and other business interests pushing local and federal government bodies to aid economic development and investment by reducing crime, it is clear that action will be taken against the latest gang attempting to live the American dream outside of the law. Grave robbers captured but crimes persists. Residents of Armadillo are baffled by the mysterious and somewhat repugnant case of Moses Forth. Mr. Forth, who was recently arrested for desecrating and robbing graves, is believed to have been solely responsible for a string of similar crimes across the West in the last couple of years. Following his arrest, however, there have been further outbreaks of graveyard desecrations, leading to the anxieties about who else is committing this most vile of act. Hope you all enjoy my American accent. Mexican President General Eugenio Sanchez, who seized power last year in a bloody coup in which he killed his own brother, has appealed for calm in the tempestuous country. General Sanchez was the head of the Mexican Cavalry Division and has studied in Spain and Bolivia. Is promising to improve work conditions. Improve conditions for workers across the country while increasing suffrage. In a speech he made last week, Sanchez noted, "Despite my privileged upbringing, I am a true son of Mexico. But as a Mexican, I know our country needs strong leadership, and this is what I intend to provide. The road for our country has never been easy, but I promise that we are now heading in the correct direction." Plug tobacco. Unequaled flavor and satisfaction. No after effects. Aids digestion, vibrancy, and masculinity. Several residents of Armadillo and the surrounding area have gone missing over the past few months in separate incidents, but none have turned up, either alive or dead. Local law enforcement bodies are urging residents to show extra caution when traveling in the backcountry, on their own or when traveling at night. The poverty-stricken ranches of New Austin have been further blighted by a ruthless brand of castle rustlers in recent months. Hoodlums, led by twin brothers Ike and Willie Ballard, have been stealing cattle throughout Hanniganstead and then selling them at Thieves' Landing, often well below the market value. The gang is believed to be using Pike's Basin as a base of operation. Not any fucking more, they ain't. Well-known East Coast wit Jimmy Saint, who writes for a number of respected periodicals in the New York area, recently wrote to this publication seeking our advice. Mr. Saint is being dispatched to our region to try some wilderness in our western states. We wrote back to Mr. Saint wishing him well, but letting him know that beyond the occasional murder, bloody shootout, or horse rustling, very little wildness persists in the region outside of the Wild West shows. Tumbleweed haunted? Following recent reports of ghost sightings in the abandoned town of Tumbleweed, visitors are continuing to tell of unnatural happenings and strange feelings. Some visitors claim to have seen some spirits of the dead, others ghosts, still others ghouls and fairies. Our reporter on the scene found no evidence, but we urge readers to send us reports of any unnatural happenings in the area. Tuberculosis? Tobacco fights tuberculosis? Notice this is right next to a tobacco advert, chat. This is what I mean by, like, Rockstar's criticism of capitalism. Everywhere that fresh air abounds, man knows nothing of coughs, colds, or lung inflammations. However, as man creates cities and is herded into factories, sweatshops, mines, and mills, these soggy and unhygienic atmospheres spread the most deadly of pulmonary diseases. Tuberculosis. Dr. Charles Heldon, says workers can disinfect themselves and protect against the disease through regular smoking in the workplace. An orgy of telephones. Most miracles spread quietly as the oak grows. However, the telephone has grown like a common garden weed. There are now 10 million telephones in the world. This novel vocal spectre has a certain haunting charm as telephone girls work day and night. What number, please? What man hasn't imagined the dalliances of the exquisite fairies that bless the most romantic of the commercial sciences? The telephone and telegraph company promise Blackwater skies will soon be the wise in every direction. Truly a crystal clear and sullied future at the same time. Wonder tonic from the east. Doctors worried about future. Users of the new medical tonic that is being sold in the area of New Austin have reported remarkable results. A one-legged woman in Plainview grew back her missing leg, and an elderly man close to death got up and ran to the nearest brothel with the resumed vigor of a 14-year-old boy. West Dickens' patented elixir claims to be an effective and infallible and painless remedy to virtually all known human ailments, both internal, external, and spiritual, including aches, sprains, dysentery, lumbago, paralysis, chilblains, malaria, genital debility, rickets, and depressed humors. The tonic, which is the result of years of research, combining ancient wisdom from the East and scientific investigations from universities across the land, is being hailed by its distributors as the greatest medical discovery of our time. Kart race to be held at Gaptooth Bridge. Date to be announced. Large cash prize. Winner take all. Furs and pelts wanted. Horse steeds for sale. The marriage is announced to be solemnized of Miss Molly Brannigan, daughter of Cole and Ella Brannigan, and Miss Melvin Brannigan, son of Cole and Ella Brannigan. Young boy missing. Ralph Anderson, age 8. Please contact Grace Anderson of Armadillo. Animal bait for sale. Beds available. The old ways is the best ways. Why be vertically chested? Increase horizontal bust size, confident, and compensation. So perfect and convincing when placed in a natural bust, they cannot be detected by even the most mesmerized gaze of gentlemen admirers. That's right, breast owners. Why be vertically breasted when you cannot? What the fuck am I talking about? Speaking of that there miracle tonic, let's head back to Armadillo, shall we? Travel to destination. Is this the way to... Oh wait, no, it's Amarillo in the song. Never mind. That was going to be really funny, but then I fucked it up. Excuse me. What's going on here?
Mister, she's gone.
Who's gone?
Who is? My wife, she's gone. She went out picking mushrooms in the hills.
Alright, Jess, have fun. Hope you have a good time with the studying and stuff.
What'd the police do about it?
Oh, about as much as you'd expect.
There's such a little minute hanging around. This is my horse, right? Oh, a raccoon. Koala Spring. Let's go do that mission we got distracted by. Let's go do that mission we got distracted from.
Let's go.
Ooh, more funny graves. Hee, funny laugh time. Brave soldier, cowardly lover. 6 wives proves 1 too many. Dearly loved wife of Eldon Grubb. Loving father, terrible lawman. Dies tuberculosis. Hank McFarlane? Bonnie? Gone but not forgotten. Died in a bar fight. Seems to put most of the funny ones in the other graveyard. Came in search of fortune and is still looking. That's just depressing. Died of chronic diarrhea, Owen McFarlane. Born an angel, died a witch. Always took a joke too far. I wonder how he died. Wait. Oh, no, that's much farther than I thought it was.
Let's go.
Always took a joke a bit too far. Oh, well, this is a promising sign.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. You need help?
John, his brain is lying across the floor.
Mister, you alive?
Fuck. God damn it. Good heavens.
Excuse me?
I said, no, I'm not okay. Do I look like I'm okay?
You look pretty good for a corpse.
Praise be.
Move up, mister. Time to get you to a doctor or an undertaker. Whichever you need once we get to town.
St. Peter, open up them pearly gates. I'm coming home.
Come on, mister. Come on.
Hurry, sir. I'm bleeding like a badly butchered hog.
You'll be fine. Just focus.
You better take the reins. I don't think I'm strong enough. I'm finished. Done for.
Having had to, like, do that with someone into the back of a car. People are fucking heavy, dude.
The closest doctor is in Armadillo.
I'm aware. That's where I came from.
What is your name, friend?
Why do I need to draw my weapon?
Good God! Out of the frying pan into the fire. Excuse me. How many outlaws can a man encounter in one day?
You must have me mistaken with somebody else, friend.
The Bollard twins, Walton's gang. I know who you are.
Word sure travels fast around here.
I'm a man with many connections. Spare my life, I beg of you. They're back. I'm done for. You're killing me. Get back on the damn road.
What am I doing?
I'm hit again. I can't carry on.
Alright, so we're gonna do this on super hard mode apparently.
Sometimes I feel like a sick, sad man.
Oh, he died. Well, how was I supposed to know you weren't allowed to go off the track?
Armadillo, friend.
What the hell happened to you?
Bandits, hoodlums, the scoundrels brought me blind and left me to die.
I can see that.
Once again, a victim of my own success. They seem a man in a well-cut suit and this happens. Good Lord.
Maybe you shouldn't wear a well-cut suit, man. Have you considered that much? When the meter reaches zero, West Sickens will fall off the wagon to his death.
Oh, I implore you to please stay on the road.
He'll actually, yeah, he'll be fine until he falls off the wagon. That's what's gonna kill him. Not the multiple bullet wounds, but falling off. To be fair, having fallen off of a quad bike myself, That's a story, chat. That's a story for you.
This can't be happening! Make sure you stay on the road!
You can drive it to me. I'll go as easy as I can. Man, that one almost got me.
So weak, it looks like you're shooting at nothing! I knew you'd come. What? I knew this wasn't my time. He has a greater purpose for me. Is that Armadillo? Come on, hurry!
What's with everyone ascribing my actions to God? Do I look like a holy man?
Yeah, I embrace you.
For Christ's sakes, man, you're gonna be fine. We're nearly there.
Into your arms.
This is it. You're gonna make it.
Where the devil are we?
Armadillo. We made it safe, you'll be happy to know.
The exact place you asked to go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're a gentleman and a true man of honor.
I am neither of those things.
Coming from you, I doubt that means much, but I appreciate the civility.
I owe you, sir. And I always pay my debts. Jesus. But if I die, I'm sorry for it. If not, I'll be your man for...
Let's get you fixed up first. Then we'll decide what you're my man for.
See, that is the thing, right? John and Arthur are bad men, but they always help people. You know? They come across people on the street and they help them. Who we killing?
Ah, since you're here, you want to make yourself useful?
Not particularly.
Listen, son, I know you got a mission, but right now I need another gun.
Why? What's happening?
We've had this problem for months with this group of bandits who are getting drunk and murdering settlers. Last night they went to a big place up near Ridgewood.
They burnt the place down, killed the men, burning most of them alive, and raped the women. Women folk then got their throats slit. One of them survived and walked in here this morning.
Anyway, we got a posse gathering up near Ridgewood. Will you ride with us?
All right.
Thank you, John Marston. It's gonna be a bloody job.
I don't think I know any other kind, sir.
I love John's little bandana thing that goes around his neck.
Hey, wait up!
Come on.
Like, because it's not useful as an actual bandana, so it's such an interesting little accessory that he
Let's
has.
move it out. Marston, I hear you caught up with Mr. West Dickens.
I did. For a man who claims to have found a remedy to all ailments, he was in pretty bad shape.
His tonic has helped a great many people. It's a medical breakthrough from the East, the result of years of research.
If only it could cure him of his diarrhea of the mouth.
I wouldn't be so dismissive of science if I was you. Times have changed fast.
He's no more a scientist than I am a priest. But people can spend their hard-earned money however they please.
He's certainly a character, that West Dickens.
And that's America, baby!
Damn word he said.
A more flannel-mouthed bunko artist I've never met.
Hey, Marshal, see those vultures?
We should check it out. Marston, Eli, go see what it is.
Load up now.
Yeah, they're dead.
Ain't no survivors here, Marshal! Man, this don't look too good.
No, it does not.
Somebody was so busy killing people, they went and dropped their gun.
Hey, new gun!
Go!
Keep following this road.
Wait, who's the fourth person?
Man does that.
bunch of weak men. A pack of cowards is the most dangerous kind.
Some men are just born plain evil.
I think it's this land that makes them men, as much as the other way around. Men are born, and then they're formed. At least that's how I see it.
Who could have done such a thing?
Any number of people. Especially now the word's out we're cleaning up the county.
Between Walton's boys and the rustlers, we've been spilling a lot of blood. Man gets more evil when he's running scared.
Look, Marshal, more vultures.
All right, let's go check it out.
I love how just immediately the horse like the moment I escaped them. Johnny Marston 67. Thank you for the follow, friend.
More dead bodies, and the fire's still smoking.
I do like John's philosophy on life.
Come on. Let's pound leather, boys. Looks like they're headed for Ridgewood Farm.
Sons of bitches.
I think that's one of the things that makes John interesting.
Yeah, but not like that. It wasn't our way. At least it wasn't my way.
Killing and thieving's never right, boy. No matter how you dress it up.
Unless it's ordered by a court of law, you mean?
Can't see a soul anywhere. This ain't right.
Well, I'm gonna search the shed.
Shed's clear, Marshal.
I mean, there's a lot of blood, but apart from that. I like John. John is an interesting character because he isn't particularly intelligent, but he is able to think and look at a situation in a bit more complexity than most. I think that's something that makes him quite interesting.
There's no good reason for that to be boarded up. Break that door down. The rest of you, get your guns ready.
Oh, wow.
Holy sweet mother of mercy.
Please, please don't shoot me. Some bandits came by and took us hostage. They're holed up in the farmhouse. Some of my family is being kept hostage inside.
All right, boys, we need to get into that house right now.
This is getting intense.
If I aim this just right.
I'm not sure what.
Didn't work. Was that a man crawling along the floor? I don't think I've ever seen that animation before.
Hey, we got something. Look out!
Howdy.
Embarrassing yourself.
Ooh.
I see one of them.
Well, then shoot him. I don't think it's possible for my companions to kill people.
And make a run for the shed. Keep your head down.
Thank you. They said they were gonna kill us all.
Ain't you a pretty little thing?
Hi.
Shed when the coast is clear. There'll be a deputy wait.
Thank you. I was convinced I was dead.
Look like that's all of them. Let's see how the hostages are doing.
And that's why you don't bother going in. You just shoot him in the back.
some robbers started chasing him down like wild dogs. I thought you were supposed to protect us, Marshal. You folk-eating men. You ain't nothing. You're just a man on a government payroll taking money that the rest of us have to pay for with our lives. What is wrong with this country?
Not up, men.
John's like, they're not wrong.
The boss of that bunch gets $50.
It ain't about the money, Marshal. These are people's lives. People's homes.
Come on, they're gonna get away. Follow me.
I love that John just doesn't say anything, because like fundamentally he probably agrees with these women. You guys coming, by the way? Like, it's supposed to be this epic ride out thing, and
What's your beef with Williams anyway, Marston? Let's just say he's the currency in a complicated transaction. What the hell you talking about? Some people I have the displeasure of knowing want him dead. Why does that involve you? We used to run in a gang together. It was once like family.
If this is how you treat your family, I'd hate to see what you do to your enemies.
That was a lifetime ago. And bearing in mind, he's left me for dead the last 2 times I've seen him. I'm about figuring we've moved past the family part.
that'll be the end of Red Dead 2 in now.
You see that? You just walk away now, John.
Oh, hey, Bill.
I didn't kill you before, but I sure as shit will now.
Get yourself down here, Bill. You know you ain't man enough to stop me. You know I don't want to kill you, but I will.
You always did have a high opinion of yourself, John. Dutch always said you were an arrogant son of a bitch. I guess he was about right. Get him, boys!
So Bill is a really interesting character, because it's heavily implied that the reason Bill became a criminal is because he was kicked out of the military for being gay. It's interesting what happens to people who think they have a purpose in life, and then life, for whatever reason, forces them away from that purpose.
Heads up, more of them coming down the hill. This way.
And apart from the occasional joke, one of the things I really liked about Bill being gay is that it was never... They never dragged it to like the forefront of attention. And the gang never made Bill feel bad about it.
Nice to see you again, buddy. Thanks for your help, John. Norman here is gonna help us get to Bill. Ain't you, Norman?
Thank you, Mr. Dick. Mighty kind.
Fuck you!
Hog time. Let's get him to jail.
I got $50. I guess I got the kill. Who is this guy? Well, chat, that might be a good place to call this one, I think. Let's see, can we ride on back to Bonnie's? That's the wrong farm. This isn't where I want to go at all.
Let's
Kadunk. House destination. McFarlane's Ranch. I think it's really impressive the way in which this game sets everything up for you and like begins to tell this story. Like, it's very interesting to play it again with the benefit of the Red Dead Redemption 2 hindsight, and obviously this is all plotline, you know, ascribing some values. Hi, Ripley. Ascribing some values and plot lines that the game obviously fundamentally didn't have when it came out, but it's kind of interesting to watch this game be wrote in reverse almost. Or this overall story to be wrote in reverse. But thank you all very much for coming out to watching. Thank you all very much for coming out and watching me today. If you have enjoyed this stream, might I consider giving us a follow? And if you haven't, then that's okay too. I hope I can do some better for you. But you can follow me on social media. You can join the official Skye Blacke Discord. And if you really want to help me out, you can head on over to Ko-fi. Support me through that. But just know that your viewership, chat, is more than enough for me. I want to give I for Scotland a massive thank you for the raid. Ian, sorry, I didn't see the YouTuber chat, but Ian, thank you very much. If you like these streams, head on over to Twitch, where these streams tend to happen more often than they do on YouTube, as I'm still kind of trying to figure out the dual streaming scenario. We tried a bit with TikTok today, but it didn't really work. But again, just know that your viewership is more than enough for me, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode of A Filmmaker Plays Red Dead Redemption, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Alright, that's the end of the YouTube chat. Yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. We'll probably come back and do some more Filmmaker Plays Red Dead on probably Friday. I forgot how long this game takes, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out today and watching us play through some Red Dead, and hopefully come next week I'll have a more active and solid stream schedule, which you can check on the social media and the Discord. I'm going to send us on a raid now on to another Scottish streamer called Purple Coffins, who is playing a video game. She is playing Casper. I guess she's torturing herself basically. If you enjoyed when I did the Shadow-a-thon, then you'll enjoy this. So you guys can say hi to Laura, give her some crow love if you can, drop some of the crow raid emotes, stuff like this if you've got them, and just have a great old time. Anyway, I will call the stream for now and send you guys over to hang out with her. She's an amazing friend, and I hope to see many of you, maybe even all of you, back on Friday. Bye, everyone.